watching us from the Pacific, or if you're watching us in California, magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. And if you're watching us from the Philippines, it is Sunday noon. Oh no, Sunday 1 p.m. So happy yes, happy afternoon. Magandang afternoon sa inyo. Good afternoon to everybody. And if you're watching in different parts of the world, in different time zone, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So for our yung mga ating mga team replay, happy viewing to everyone. And just before we start, ang ganda ng ating letter sender ngayon, What I Did for Love. So before we do that, we are live on PHLV Radio Facebook page, as well as simultaneously we are live on PHLV Radio YouTube channel. So yung mga nagwo-wonder if they cannot access their Facebook, you could definitely look us up on PHLV Radio YouTube channel. So if you're not a subscriber yet, what are you waiting for? All you have to do is like, share, and subscribe. So tell your friends. And if you want to be notified every time that we have a show live on PHLV Radio, just click on that notification bell or a button so you will be alerted every time we're on. And if you're using Alexa, you have to say, Alexa, play PHLV Radio. And if you're using Amazon Fire TV, just look for PHLV Radio channel. Simultaneously, we are also doing live on different podcasts, namely Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Like what I said, yung mga latecomers natin, no problem whatsoever. You could definitely catch us on PHLV Radio YouTube channel. All the shows of PHLV Radio are already there, whether past and present, and it's already on different playlists. So just look for us on that. So if you are missing any of our shows or you want to replay any of the shows, madali po kaming mahanap. Okay, and if you want more information about PHLV Radio, just go on to our webpage, which is www.phlvradio.com. Yan, nako. Happy viewing kay Cha Marcos. Nako, Marcos, we'll see. Happy viewing sa iyo, and hopefully everybody is having a wonderful day and a wonderful time. So yung mga latecomers natin, ako at I'm live also on PHLV Radio YouTube channel. I'm monitoring both pages. So before we start, ito po yung ating title for today. It is What I Did for Love. Meaning, in Tagalog, ano ang ginawa ko dahil sa pag-ibig. Yung, maraming hugot ito for sure. What I Did for Love po ang ating episode for tonight. And after this, I will do a summary. Kasi medyo mahaba siya. Ang ating letter sender ay si Chona. Si Chona ay currently 52 years old. So medyo mature na, pero maganda yung storya niya. And kapupulutan natin ng mga aral at mga bagay-bagay na may apply natin sa ating daily life. Medyo makabagdamdamin. It's kind of touching and poignant yung kanyang story. So, here we go. We start. What I Did for Love. Sabi niya, Dear Kuya Josh, magandang araw sa iyo, mga viewers mo at listeners. Una sa lahat, maraming salamat sa show mo na Dear Kuya Josh kasi napakaganda nito at marami akong napupulot na aral sa buhay. Maraming topics na natatalakay sa show na ito ay hindi lamang nakakaaliw, nagbibigay aral din, lessons at kaalaman sa pang-araw-araw na buhay. Chona, maraming salamat naman at napapansin mo ang mga pinaghihirapan namin on a weekly basis. So maraming salamat, thank you. Kuya Josh, sabi niya, I would like to thank you for taking the time to read my letter. I'm hoping that in some ways it would give people comfort and solace with my letter. Ako po si Chona, 52 years old, single by choice, may anak sa pagkadalaga. I migrated to Texas in the early 80s para maging nurse at tumakas sa sawi kong buhay pag-ibig. Kuya Josh, I am a middle child at just like many middle children, kulang ako sa atensyon growing up. I was never a favorite sa family ko dahil I was not part of the plan of my parents. They only want a boy and a girl. Sadly, I came first bago yung bunso naming baby boy. At a young age, alam ko na that I am an unwanted child. Hindi ako ang pinili dahil gusto nga nila ay baby boy at baby girl. At first, it was painful to know this. But I guess, as I grow up, I was able to accept the situation. Kuya Josh, I was treated badly ng nanay ko. Kulang na lang maging katulong o kasambahay ang treatment sa akin. Hirap ang damdamin ko noong growing up. Buti na lang, I was blessed with a brain na lagi akong scholar sa school, kaya libre ang tuition and fees ko. Kuya Josh, I met Michael during college sa university. Love at first sight ako sa kanya. He is half Chinese, matangkad, tisoy. Day one of college pa lang, naging partners na kami sa laboratory classes namin. Siguro, he felt I needed to talk to someone kasi nga lagi akong aburido sa buhay. Michael listened to all my problems. Lagi siyang nariyan to listen to me and to comfort me. Hindi man siya pala salita, alam ko he likes me. Ako naman, I like him too. We became lovers 6 months after we met. Grabe, Kuya Josh, he made me feel the most beautiful girl in the universe. Hatid sundo niya ako sa house. He would wait for me sa school. He would buy me food. He will bring me food, flowers, at kung ano-ano pa just to make me very, very special. He would even tutor me sa mga math subjects ko na alam niyang hirap ako. Ang sarap mabuhay noon kapag may nagmamahal sa iyo. Kuya Josh, alam ko mahal na mahal ko si Michael. One thing led to another and we made love. Yes, Kuya Josh, we did it without thinking of the repercussions. We did it without protections of any kind. We did it not once, but many times. Lagi kaming naging maingat. Either withdrawal or we use the calendar method. Michael left for the States since he was petitioned by his parents. We never talked about the petition kasi it took a long while for his visas to come. Kaya he never thought about it na one day he has to leave. When Michael left, I felt namatay ako dahil super mahal ko siya. Hindi ko alam na I was pregnant pala when he left for the USA. Dahil hindi pa uso noon ang internet at mga social media noon, other than Telegram at long-distance call, hirap kami to connect with each other. I never told him, Kuya Josh, that I was pregnant then with his child. I felt na kasi baka maging burden at hindrance pa ako sa mga dreams niya, mga pangarap niya. Tinakwil ako ng mga magulang ko dahil sa pagiging disgrasyada ko. Sa tulong ng mga tunay na kaibigan, niluwal ko ang anak ko na mapayapa. Sa tulong din nila, unti-unti kong napalaki ang aking anak. Kuya Josh, nawala ang connection namin ni Michael. Makalipas ang 12 years, by accident, we bumped in each other of all places sa Disneyland. Hindi ko siya napansin at first until intentionally binangga niya ako ng pabiro. Sabi niya, "Hoy!" Pag-alis niya ng sunglasses niya, siya nga si Michael. Si Michael na hanggang ngayon ay mahal ko pa rin. Michael introduced me to his wife Crystal and their 2 children. I admit, may kurot at bigat sa dibdib when I found out that he is now married with kids. Michael said to Crystal, "Babe, siya si Chona. Dati kong girlfriend during college. Pero we lost touch. Nagtago yata eh. Kuya Josh, I felt dying when I heard those words. That time, kasama ko si Matthew, yung anak ko, anak namin ni Michael. Napansin ni Crystal na kamukha ni Matthew si Michael. They look like father and son kasi. Crystal jokingly said, anak ninyo ba si Michael? Anak ninyo ba ni Michael si Matthew? Namutla ako, Kuya Josh, at hindi ako nakapagsalita. I did not know what got into me at ang nasabi ko ay, oo. After I said that, I hurriedly left at ran away with Matthew. Michael ran after us at inabutan niya kami sa may elevator papuntang Disneyland Hotel where we are staying. Michael pleaded with me, Chona, bakit di mo sinabing nagkaanak tayo? Bakit hindi mo sinabing may pananagutan ako sa iyo? Bakit di mo sinabing nagbunga ang pagmamahala natin? Bakit, Chona? Bakit? I did not know what to say other than cry. I told Matthew to hug his father. Sabi ko, Matt, he is your father. They hugged and cried. I cried too, na parang durog na durog ang puso ko. All I know, I did the right thing then. Hindi lang ako sigurado ngayon if I did the right thing now. Michael told me that he is a doctor now. He asked me kung pwedeng maging malapit siya kay Matthew. He asked my permission if he can be a father to Matthew. He said he wants to spend time with Matthew to make up for lost time. Kuya Josh, I told Michael na I will discuss this with Matthew first. When we got to our room, I asked Matthew if he is okay to be with his father, to spend time with him and his family, to get to know him. Matthew in tears said, yes po. Kuya Josh, kahit masakit, kahit mahirap, titiisin ko para sa anak ko. Minsan na akong nagparaya, minsan na akong nagpaubaya. Kaya ko pa muling mag-sacrifice because of love. Kahit ilang beses pa akong mag-sacrifice para sa mga mahal ko. I will do it again and again. What I did for love without regret. Sabi nga ng kantang Kiss the Day Goodbye, the sweetness and the sorrow. Wish me luck, the same to you. But I can't regret what I did for love, Look, my eyes are dry. The gifts are ours to borrow. As if we always knew, and I won't forget what I did for love. What I did for love, gone, love is never gone. As we travel on, love what we'll remember. Kiss the day goodbye and point me towards tomorrow. We did what we had to do, won't forget, can't regret what I did for love. Isang masugid na taga-subaybay. Nagmamahal, Chona. Nako. Teka muna. Aseret! Hello! Nako, Aseret. Sana naabutan mo. Sabi niya, hi, Kuya Josh. Hello, Aseret, and hello to your beautiful, lovely daughter. Teka, una muna, yung mga nanonood sa atin, hello po sa inyong lahat. So, a little summary lang. This lady, si Chona, ay 52 years old na. She's a nurse now in Texas. As you know, yung mga pangalan and location, we try to hide it para hindi malaman ng mga taong concerned at para sa kanilang protection as well. And anything, just a disclaimer, what we say today or tonight, the opinion, advices, comments of myself, as well as the listeners and viewers are independent of the management as well as owners of PHLV Radio. Yan, para may disclaimer tayo. So si Chona is 52 years old now and she already is a nurse also in Texas. And what she was saying is she was a middle child. So growing up, parang feeling niya, just like daw mga middle childs yan, parang kulang siya sa atensyon. parang she felt na parang hindi maganda yung treatment sa kanya ng especially yung nanay niya kasi nga the plan of the parents ni Chona was only to have a girl and a boy or a boy and a girl. And nagkataon, nung ang panganay nila raw ay babae, so instead of a boy, siya yung second child. So nung nanganak ang nanay niya sa kanya, so medyo disappointed I guess yung parents niya because they really wanted a boy. So because of that, feeling niya she went through hardship with leaving at feeling niya like but her letter says ang parang treatment sa kanya is like a kasambahay. Buti na lang daw may brain siya, matalino siya, so she was able to I guess finish her school and university work na isang scholar, so walang bayad ang kanyang tuition and fees. So that being said, during college life na-meet niya si Michael. Si Michael na naging lab partner niya o laboratory partner niya kasi nasa nursing school sila. Tapos, one thing led to the other, si Michael ay naging very responsive sa kanya at nakita siguro, sabi nga niya, na mukha lagi aburido itong ating si Chona. So Michael became the listening ear, hindi lang siya partner, pero naging sandalan, kumbaga, naging pader, pillar, kumbaga. Yun nga, tapos one thing led to the other at in 6 months, naging sila. Tapos si Michael daw treated her as if she's the most beautiful girl, beautiful lady in the universe. Sundot hatid siya, sundo at hatid siya sa bahay with flowers, tinitreat siya. She was treated very special na hindi niya nga raw naramdaman before. So one thing led to the other at yun na nga, medyo they kinda I guess one thing led to another at medyo nagkanaig or they made love. Not once, not twice, but so many times. Tapos nga, ang sinabi nga niya, however, for some reason, they are not using protection. So yung protection, nakalimutan dahil nga, I guess because yung kanilang init ng kanilang pagiging bata, mapusok, marupok, and all that. Then, all of a sudden, Jem is watching. Hi, Jem. Jem is watching us from Carson, I think Carson yata or Torrance. So, Jem, pupuntahan kita. Hindi pa ako tapos after the show. I'll call you. Jem is a very good friend of mine and she is like a baker par excellence. So, magaling po siya mag-bake at kung mga nahihiya yan gusto ko nga i-guess siya sa alam mo ba, pero ayaw niya dahil nga mahihiyain daw siya. Pero one of these days, ano rin natin yan, makukumbinsi rin natin because she does all the pastries na talagang ang sarap. Okay. So anyway, happy viewing to you, Jem. Tapos yun na nga. So they made loves without protection. So then one day si Michael had to leave for the US kasi doon sa mga most of us na nag-migrate, alam natin, di ba, it takes forever pag petition ka. It takes 10, 12 years bago ka makalipad. Although kahit approve na yung petition mo, depende sa preference number mo. So, that being said, so parang nalimutan na ni Michael yon. Then suddenly, dumating nga yung petition. So, he has to leave for the States at naiwan nga niya si Chona. Little did Michael know, buntis na pala o nabuntis niya si Chona. Si Chona naman, hindi niya sinabi kay Michael na nabuntis siya, na pregnant siya kasi ayaw niyang mahadlangan o be a hindrance sa mga dreams at pangarap ni Michael. So of course during that time wala pang social media, wala pang mga Facebook, WhatsApp, Viber and other things, diba? Yung Telegram, wala pang ganoon. So they rely only on yung parang PLDT, di ba yung PTNT yata yun at that time, at also yung long distance na phone na pagkamahal-mahal. Tapos di ba nauso pa yung phone card. So to make the story shorter, nawala yung connection nila dahil nga for some reason connection was difficult then unless talagang mag-effort ka. So when I guess because nasa 12 years pass, imagine 12 years fast forward agad. Fast forward to 12 years, then I guess the mother and the son, si Chona at saka yung anak niyan si Matthew, went to Disneyland. And lo and behold, guess, sa magkalaki-laki ng mundo, they bump into each other. Kumbaga si Michael, binangga niya intentionally, jokingly, si Chona. Tapos nung parang hoy, tapos sinabi nung tinanggal ang sunglasses daw, sabi nga niya ganoon, tapos parang may kurot pa rin. Tapos kasama ni Michael ang kanyang pamilya, ang kanyang asawa na si Crystal at ang kanyang mga anak. Okay, may 2 raw anak. Then si Crystal, sinabi nga ni Michael, pinakilala niya si Chona, sinabi niya, si Chona, siya yung girlfriend ko nung college, pero parang nagtago at hindi hindi nagpakita at na lost connection. So sabi nga ni Chona, parang dinurog yung puso niya kasi all this time mahal pa rin niya si Michael. At ang lo and behold, si Crystal, I guess very observant, yung si Matthew na 12 years old, kamukha daw ni Michael. So nagbiro si Crystal, sabi niya, uy, is Matthew anak ni Michael? Ang sabi niya, hindi siya nag-isip, si Chona, at sabi niya, oo. Siguro nung nahimasmasan siya when she kind of felt na, look, bakit ko ba nasabi yun? She hurriedly ran away from the couple at hinabol sila ngayon ni Michael at sabi, teka, bakit hindi mo sinabi that you got pregnant or I got you pregnant, that we have a child, now I have an obligation for you? Wala siyang nasabi but to cry. At the same time, sinabi niya kay Matthew na Matthew, hug mo, papa mo yan, siya yung tatay mo. And of course, nag-meet ang mag-ama. Tapos syempre, part of that is nagsabi si Michael na kung pwede siyang maging ama muli. Kasi nga, para to make up lost times. And sabi ni Chona, let me talk to Matthew. And of course, when they got to the room, Chona asked Matthew kung okay lang ba na mag-spend time with the family ni Michael, na tatay niya. And of course, si Matthew naman, siguro may longing talaga sa father niya, said yes. So what Chona was saying is, nagpaubaya na siya once, magpapaubaya siya uli. And she would do it she will do it again and again without regret. That she would do everything dahil pagmahal niya. Dahil nga, sabi nga, what I did for love, no regrets. Nagpaubaya na siya kay Michael, magpapaubaya siya o mag-giveaway uli siya for the happiness of Matthew para makapiling niya yung kanyang ama, yung tunay niyang ama. So, kaya nga, ang kanyang tinitle natin sa episode is What I Did for Love. Yan ang ating kwento para yan sa mga nahuli. So, yung mga listeners and viewers natin, what do you think? What Chona did for love? Yung bang mga bagay talaga, mga bagay-bagay na what we do for love, talaga sabi nga, you would sacrifice a lot because of pagmamahal. Diba? Sabi nga, itong kay Chona, kahanga-hanga ka. Sayang lang, I felt while I was reading your letter, I was taken aback kasi ito yung parang sinasabi ko lagi to friends, family, at yung mga malalapit sa akin na sometimes you really have to, diba, parang you have to be honest. Sabi ko, it would have been different. It would have, siguro yung course ng buhay ni Chona at saka ni Michael at saka ni Matthew would have been different had Chona told Michael to begin with na she is pregnant or she was pregnant at that time. Para kahit na pumunta ng abroad itong si Michael, naisip niya na meron siya pananagutan kay Chona instead of keeping it a secret. Kasi at the end of the day, honesty is the best policy. I know it's a cliche, but normally, di ba, when we watch teleserye, parang laging ang nangyayari kasi yung nagiging conflict ng stories because yung hindi sinabi, yung mga tinago. So I think in this case, Chona, with much apology, I'm telling you na sana it would have changed the course of your life and your son's life had you been honest and had you been vocal about your situation with Michael. Kasi kung iniba mo yung narrative noon at sinabi mo kay Michael na you were pregnant then it would have been different. We don't know whether Michael would have stayed or Michael would have done everything within his power to come back to the Philippines and take you back para dalhin back sa US. Nobody would be able to tell them kasi nga ang nangyari, you didn't say anything. Now, si Michael naman, well, alam mo, a lot of I was talking to a good friend earlier today in the morning, and I was kind of discussing this. Sabi niya yun talaga yung pain of technology at the time. Kasi nga yung 'di ba pag yung the technology before was so bad na talagang especially yung wala pa kasing internet noon, so it was very difficult to communicate, especially if you are so far away from your loved ones. Dati kasi either you do the PTNT, tapos may isa pa I forgot that company, tapos meron pang tapos pag long distance naman through at that time PLDT pa lang noon So talagang ang mahal-mahal. Wala pa yung calling card noon. That was not even the time during those times. Unlike now, di ba? May WhatsApp, Viber, Messenger, tapos kung ano-ano pa na mga application na you could talk and you could even see. May mga FaceTime pa nga depending on the phone, cell phone that you're using. So it becomes more connected, kumbaga ngayon ang mga tao. It connects people across the globe easily compared during those times. So, of course, we're not blaming technology at that time. It would have been different yung kanilang narrative as lovers kung naging the technology was available or readily available at the time. Teka, sabi ni CM, nasaktan. Ano ba to si CM nasaktan? Unconditional love is the greatest gift of all. Totoo naman yan. I agree. I would echo with that. Talagang nothing beats an unconditional love. Kasi sabi nga, when you love, wala dapat yang mga dapat or mga rules o mga paradigms o may mga kumbaga may mga requirements. Dapat yan, when you love a person, you love the person wholeheartedly. Pero ito kasi parang talaga may kurot sabi nga, ang maganda kasi sa sinabi niya, she would do it again and again, na she would sacrifice. Kasi nga, ang nangyari, because Chona was not able to tell the truth kay Michael about her situation, that she was pregnant, yun nga, parang in her heart, nagpaubaya siya. Especially now na happily married na tong si Michael at meron na silang 2 anak. 'Di ba parang ang sad kasi yung although na napaka selfless nung love niya kay Michael na talagang nagpaubaya siya. Ako talaga when I was reading the letter, I was thinking the narrative would have changed. It would have been difficult. Baka mas naging sila kasi we don't know. Kasi Michael was not given a chance to do what is right. Kasi hindi nga alam ni Michael. Hindi niya alam na she was pregnant. Chona was pregnant. So in my mind, sa aking pananaw, the narrative, yung storya ng kanilang love life would have been different. Kasi I have a feeling na yung pag hindi niya pagsabi, what talagang instrumental sa nangyari sa kanila. Now, talking naman do sa sacrifices, true, yung talagang sacrifice talaga. When you love someone talaga, there's a lot of component or sacrifice that you need to do. And sabi nga ni CM, ito, na unconditional love. Talagang when you love talaga, you have to love unconditionally. You have to, kasi love, sabi nga, it's a feeling, it's a decision Ako for me, it's not a feeling Some people would say it's a feeling. Ako kasi it's a decision. When you decide to love someone, wala yung you love the person, whether bad, good, whether meron siyang kahinaan, weaknesses, and strength. It's all into one. Like yung sinasabi nga ni Chona, sa sobrang pagmamahal niya, nag-let go siya kay Michael. So sobrang pagmamahal niya rin sa kanyang anak na si Matthew o sa kanilang anak na si Matt, willing rin siyang magpaubaya, willing siyang mag-give way so that the father and son would get to know each other and would spend some time together. 'Di ba? If you think about it, guys, makikita mo, 'di ba, na it could have changed. Magkakaiba sana yung course nung kanilang naging situation. Had Chona opened up, had Chona communicated to Michael na, look, Michael, buntis ako or I'm pregnant and there's this kid na anak natin, and it would have been different, di ba? Sabi nga, ito si Asaret. Hello, Asaret. Salamat. Sabi ni Asaret, sad story. Ang hirap mag-comment. This is one of the sender na ramdam ko. I know, di ba? Ang sad kasi parang if you really, di ba sabi nga niya, middle child siya. As much as I don't want to use that middle child syndrome, na parang feeling niya, unwanted child siya. So growing up, tanggap niya yon. Parang, and yun ang yun ang parang laging nagiging problem ng mga middle child. Parang sabi niya nga, kulang siya sa attention. And sadly, ang pakiramdam niya rin, yung nanay niya was not treating or did not treat her well, na parang ang tingin sa kanya ay kasambahay. So we heard stories of that. We had letters that were sent to us in the past, and sabi nga nung iba, this is really a classic middle child syndrome. Pero of course, sana, I always wish na hindi naman, na sana, pero I guess in this particular case, yung kay Chona, that made her stronger. Nagkataon lang talaga, at kung inopen mo lang sana, Chona, kung inopen mo lang, kasi yung ginawa mo naman is, kasi di ba minsan, kasi when you love, you have to be honest, you have to be open, you have to be transparent. Kasi Chona, okay, it's water under the bridge. Okay, hindi na mababalik ang nakaraan. Pero dapat you should have given si Michael a chance to make a decision whether he would stay or he would take you back to the US or he would petition you as well. Kasi 'di ba, sabi nga hindi naman kayo kasal. There's always a way, but sorry Chona, I know you're listening. You did not give Michael a chance to be a husband. You didn't give him a chance to be a father during that time. Inako mo. So I know I hope hindi ka magalit, pero talagang in a way I don't want to point fingers, pero hindi mo binigyan ng chance talaga si Michael. Sinolo mo. Sabi nga parang sabi mo nga what you did for love, pero yung love kasi na ginawa mo parang sa akin and I know you, and of course everybody can agree to disagree with me. It would have changed talaga had you been open, had you been honest, had you been vocal about your situation to Michael. Things could have changed. Your situation, your life now would have been different. Hindi ka sana mag-isa o sabi mo nga single by choice. That could have been different. Okay, dagdag pa ni Asaret. Then sa happiest place on earth pa sila nagkita after 12 years. That's hurt. That's hurt for Chona. Di ba napaka-ironic, di ba? I agree with you, Asaret. Di ba, of all places, sa Disneyland pa. Di ba? Happiest place on earth. Pero sabi nga, di ba, there's a reason for everything. Wala talaga. In my mind kasi, and I've said this time and time again, in life, there's no accidents. Wala talaga. I don't believe in accidents eh. It's just destiny waiting to happen. It is yung nagbabadya na naandyan lang, na nag-iintay lang ng tamang panahon. Ito kasi, and I agree with you, Asaret, damang-dama ko rin to kasi ang sad nung story na parang si Chona kasi, sabi nga niya, no regrets, can forget what she did for love, na pwede niyang balik-balikan. Ang ganda ng song, kaya nga, huwag kayong mabibitaw kasi before we close the show, we will play for you this song, yung What I Did for Love, was taken from the chorus line. It's a musical that was done in Broadway at I think nagkaroon na rin ng tour to. It's a chorus line. It's a beautiful, beautiful musical at isa sa mga songs na ginamit for that particular musical is What I Did for Love. when I was reading this, na, 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 natuwa ako kasi talagang minention niya yung kanyang kanta, yung kanta ni Chona, na yung kanta ng buhay niya. Kasi di ba, when we do interviews, we do interviews, I always ask people, what is the song of your life as it is now? Para sa kay Chona, I am guessing na yung ang kanta from Chorus Line, What I Did for Love. So we wanted to play it now, but we are trying to avoid it kasi baka mamaya ma-technical kami. So ang sabi ko sa may-ari kay Yo of PHLV Radio, we will play that after, we will play the whole song after after yung segment nato, para yun ang closing song namin. Kasi, and listen, kung if you could still stay and listen to the lyrics of the song, it will really hit you hard. Kasi, di ba, tayo being us, we love. Sabi nga ni CM, unconditionally. Talagang when we love, talagang, lalo na sa mga nanay, sa mga nagmamahal, we do a lot of sacrifices, and that's okay. Because pag mahal mo yung tao, sabi nga, you are willing to go back forward, bend back forward, you willing to walk extra mile, you want to do more dahil mahal mo yung tao. At lagi nating hinihiling, and of course we pray to the God Almighty or whoever you adore and you respect, na yung mamahalin mo, yun ang tamang tao. We've seen it time and time again, minsan nagmamahal tayo sa maling tao. Minsan, and that's something na talagang, kasi most of us are hopelessly romantic. We want the fairy tale. We want yung mga kababayan, you want the shining armor, di ba? We want the pretty woman kind of story na happy ending. We want yung talagang yung Mulan, yung mga talagang ganyan, yung mga Little Mermaid story na talagang after all the trials, tribulation, the hurdles, the lovers will come together. In this particular Chona story, talagang sabi nga niya, nagpaubaya siya, nagbigay, she gave way dahil sa mga mahal niya. At first, she gave way to the dreams, pangarap, at ambisyon ni Michael. Yung second naman, ginigive way niya for the happiness of Matthew, to be with his father, to know his father better, para magkaroon ng time para hindi ma-reconcile, para ma-enjoy nila yung life nila as father and son. At willing siyang i-sacrifice yung kanyang time para ibigay dun sa ipahiram si Matthew kay Michael, so they could bond together as father and son. Si Azaret, dagdag pa. Si Alexander Francisco is watching. Hey, Alexander, how are you? Sana narinig mo ang ating story for today. Nako, basahin ko tong kay Azaret. At Azaret, maraming salamat ha. Yung mga nagko-comment dyan, please do so kasi maganda talaga tong story na to. And if you miss any part of the show, like what I said, you could always go back and go PHLV Radio YouTube channel, and there's already on the playlist. So sabi ni Azaret, pero that's good for Michael that he wants to make it up with his child. Sayang lang maybe kung nalaman niya ng maaga. But maybe it's not meant to be to each other. Hi, ang hirap mag-comment. Nakakainis, bakit ang sakit? Ay, nako, Azaret. I feel you. Talagang, this is one of the story talaga na hindi mo masabi kung talagang martir, di ba? Martir si Chona. Hindi mo alam kung martir ba o nagmamartir-martira. It's tough call eh. Kasi di ba, parang like what I said earlier in the show, she should have been open. She should have been honest. She should have been transparent. Kasi sabi niya, mahal naman talaga. Mahal na mahal pa rin niya si Michael. Pero what do you expect? After 12 years, mag-iintay, walang connection. So people moved on. Sabi nga, after some time, nag-move on ka, especially the connection wasn't there. Pero, so you guys be the judge. Martir ba si Chona for doing that? Or it could have been different? parang tama ba yung ginawa niya? Okay, Chona, don't get upset ha, pero I just want to put it up there with our audience, yung mga listeners and viewers natin, na kung sila in your place, would they have done the same thing? Would they have kept your situation na nabuntis ka pala ni Michael bago siya umalis? Would they do the same thing? Yun ang tanong ko sa ating mga listeners and viewers. If you are in Chona's place, would you have done the same thing and kept it to yourself at para ka nagmartir because you want Michael to pursue his dreams. You want to not to be the hindrance, sabi nga, so sagabal sa mga katuparan ng pangarap niya. Or would you have said something about your situation to Michael and let him decide? Ako kasi, pag tinanong nyo, being me, I would have said something. I would have revealed the situation to Michael and give Michael the chance to make up his mind kung papanagutan niya ba yung situation o tatakasan ba niya, but see, yun ang pinagkait in my mind. Chona, I know you're listening, don't get upset, but parang sa akin kasi that was the chance, na the opportunity that you deprived Michael of doing, kasi we will never know what's in his heart, what's in his mind if he knew that you were in the family way or you were pregnant at that time, kasi yun ang na-deprive kay Michael. So hindi kita sinisisi kasi at that time I don't know what your mental state at that time, kasi di ba minsan nga sabi nila, and I know for a fact, I know friends, family and very very close friends to me na when they love till it hurts, hanggang masakit, hanggang magkasakitan o magpakasakit, talagang didibdib nila, because that's how they love. They love with not only with their heart, they love with their soul. Kaya nga maraming mga babae ang naghihinagpis or going through sacrifices because kung magmahal sila, wagas. Sabi nga, wagas na pagmamahal. Okay, tapos ano pa ba? Yun sana, it would have been different talaga. Naku, Chona, as much as I'd like to commend you. Pero ang commendation ko, in fairness to you, maganda naman yung pagpaparaya mo. Kasi you allowed Michael to spend time with Matthew. Tama lang yun. Kasi there's nothing like the love of the parents to their child. So, kumbaga sabi mo nga, yung tama noon, baka mali ngayon. You question that. So, I guess you are questioning that as well, kung yung decision mo din to hide and not tell the truth to Michael, yung situation mo, siguro ito yung tinanong mo nga doon sa letter mo, baka what you thought was good then is not good now. Siguro that was parang in reference to what you did during that time when you did not tell Michael about your situation. Okay, before I continue, sabi pa ni Asaret, dagdag pa ni Asaret, sabi niya, but good things with you, Chona, you will do everything for the love's sake. Totoo yan. Talaga nagpakasakit, willing siyang i-sacrifice, magpaubaya, magparaya is the word she used, magparaya, to give way para for the person or people she loves or she loved. Okay? Mahal niya. But sometimes, sabi ni but good thing with you, Chona, sabi ni Asaret, you will do everything for love's sake. But sometimes, it's better not to tell anything because in the end, ikaw pa rin ang masasaktan. Aba, mukhang Asaret, are you telling me na if given kung ikaw si Chona, you would have done the same thing? Would you not tell Michael about your situation and just let him leave the country and migrate? Kasi if I understood correctly, sabi niya, may hugot. Nako, maganda yata yan. Asa rin minsan kasi pag and everybody's listening, you guys are more than welcome to co-host. It's a guest lang naman para hindi kayo ma-obligate o hindi kayo ma-feel pressure. You could definitely, I'm opening this show para mag-guest kayo, para kung shy naman kayo, we will hide your face para marinig namin ang mga boses nyo. Ito si Asaret, no, ko pa ito iniimbita eh. So Asaret, I think you are a fountain of wisdom. Ang sabi mo nga, may hugot. So it will be interesting to hear your voice para marinig ka naman ng ating mga tagapanood at mga tagapakinig, your lovely voice. And that will be interesting. So, hindi lang po kay Asaret yung offer ko o yung invitation ko. It is invitation to everybody who wants to guest host. Marami na po na guest host dito. Kaya lang, syempre, it's taxing naman to obligate you on a weekly basis. So, if you have the time and you have the courage, don't worry. I will not debate you. We will have a fruitful conversation. We will have a fruitful and a very wonderful discussion, 'di ba? Walang away, 'di ba? Sabi ni Asaret, next time, but I don't have a lovely voice. Ha ha ha. O sige, i-cover natin yung face mo, i-blackout natin para magkaalaman na. Kasi based on what Asaret has been doing in the past, si Asaret po dun sa mga makikinig, manonood dito, yung mga ating mga team replay. Kasi po meron na kaming team replay at team live. Asaret is one of our supporters, kagaya rin ni Adele, ni Alexander, ni Josephine. Marami sila. Ang dami nyo na. Yung ibang nawawala si Feli, tapos si Rosana. Nako, yung mga absent nag-PM sa akin, either they're traveling daw kasi bakasyon nga, o talagang but they definitely watch our show, yung team replaying. So no problem. Basta open po. Again, we are opening the show for guest co-host. Pwede po yan. Just let me know, i-PM nyo if you're interested. And then we'll have a fruitful at ganda. It's gonna be a lovely discussion. Diba? So don't worry, Asaret. Anytime when you're ready, hopefully it's a topic that will be close and dear to your heart. At this is an invitation to everyone, regardless of where you are in the world, we would like you to co-host para hindi naman ako mag-isa rito. Although you guys are keeping me company, lalo yung mga shy po dyan, nakikita namin yung numbers. And again, it is so wonderful to see those numbers at yung sinishare nyo po yung aming programa, because that's the way we can grow our audience. At napaka-sarap po na you are giving a lot of time and effort ninyo rin to be with me here, especially lalo dito sa Pacific, 10 o'clock, and normally on a Saturday, that's a party. Tapos naman sa Philippines, to be with your family on a Sunday, at sa iba pang parts of the world. Maraming salamat po sa inyong walang sawang support sa aming show. Not only this show, sa Dear Kuya Josh, but also sa Alam Mo Ba. I am so at a loss of a word. I keep saying that kasi kulang ang pasasalamat, ay kulang ang sense of gratitude ko po. Talaga, just to know. Ayan, Asaret, sabi niya, just PM, what's the topic, then I will let you know, Kuya Josh. O sige sige. Ipi-PM kita, Asaret. At kasi ang dami ngayong pumasok na mga letters. And what I've said in the past, yung letters po na dumarating, either PM, messages, or text, binabasa ko po yun as they arrive. So, hindi po yung kung ano yung topic. I would, so right now, marami pong dumating. May yung iba nakakatawa, yung iba nakakaiyak. So, ini-schedule ko po yan depending on when I get them. When I get them, doon ko po. And sige, ayan, deal, Asareta, ipi-PM kita. Hopefully next week, mga Wednesday, PM kita to let you know kung ano yung topic. Para kung type mo, mag-co-host ka. That will be very exciting. So, balik tayo kay Chona. Chona, firstly, maraming salamat. I know medyo, hindi naman nasabon. Medyo, sinabi ko lang na it would have been different ang iyong narrative had you been honest and had you been open more than anything else. Pero hinahangaan kita. I am appreciative. I appreciate the fact that you're willing to bend back forward for people you care about and you love. You did it. You in your mind, you did it kay Michael, and now you're doing it with your son, na you're willing to give way para mabigyan ng time, to make up time yung lost time nila mag-ama. And that is very noble at kahanga-hanga ka, hinahangaan kita in that part. But sometimes you always you should think of the bigger picture, na sometimes talaga it is better when you love, na talagang be honest, be open, let the other person, don't assume, don't think na yung iisipin mo yun ang gagawin niya. Give them the chance to do what is right, to do what they think is right. Don't think for them. Do not make the decision for them. Kasi kung mahal mo, you let the other person make the decision for themselves. Yun ang ano ko. Kasi had you allowed Michael to know your situation, you will know then whether he's willing to stay and take care of you, or willing to go muna temporarily and take you and your son, Matthew, back and together with him in the States. Hindi natin malalaman yun. We will never know because Michael, like what I said, was not given that chance. Now, overall though, 2 thumbs up ka kasi nagmahal ka. Sabi mo nga, no regrets. No regrets. And you will do it again and again and again. And that is very admirable. That is very talagang kahanga-hanga. Diba? Kasi nga, very selfless in some way, lalo na yung pagmamahal mo sa anak mo. And let's say, pagmamahal mo rin kay Michael. So with that said, maraming salamat sa lahat ng nanood, naki-comment, diba? Si Asaret, tapos si CM, sino pa ba? Si yung mga nanonood naman, si Jem Yu, tapos si Cha Marcos, tapos sino pa ba? At yung mga hindi nagpaparamdam na nag-show yung mga numbers, magparamdam naman kayo para I could do a shout out for you. But maraming salamat po for sharing